Federal High Court in Abuja has convicted former People's Democratic Party (PDP) spokesman Olisa Metuh for receiving 400 million naira from former NSC retired Colonel Sambo Dasuki. Justice Okon Abang on Tuesday held that Metuh could not prove that the money was approved by former President Goodluck Jonathan for the 2015 general elections. He added that Metuh could not prove that he was not aware of the transfer from the Office of the National Security Advisor to his bank accounts. On February 18th, Metuh pleaded not guilty to the amended 7-count charge preferred against him by the EFCC. The former PDP spokesperson was also accused of transacting with the sum of $2 million without going through a financial institution in violation of a provision of the Money Laundering Act. So guys, this is information reaching us now that the court has convicted Olisa Metuh over 400 million naira that he received from the office of the National Security Advisor then during Goodluck Jonathan's time, and the person of Dasuki. You know that we know that Dasuki case is still there, and this issue of Metuh also has been there for a very long time. If I'm not mistaken, whether 4 to 3 years, or as the case may be. But finally, the court has been able to convict him over that. But we don't know how many years he's going to be spending, whether he's going to pay fine or whether he's going to go to jail or what have you. I don't know what is going to come out, because from this whole thing, definitely we are going to get to the root of the matter to know whether it's going to be fine or it's going to be how many years or how many months and what have you. So I know that a lot of people will start making excuses. Oh, why this, why that? According to the court, he couldn't even prove his case beyond reasonable doubt. And I'm sure maybe the lawyer could not do that. And definitely, since the lawyer couldn't do that, that means the lawyer that will be standing on his behalf, they couldn't prove it beyond reasonable doubt that okay, he was guilty or not. But just like what all the time they always tell us that it is the case or whatever that is presented to the judge that the judge will act on. And this thing has lingered for a very long time. So the question is that why did it take so long before they could really find out that, oh, he couldn't really prove this issue of this money laundering and what have you. It's a good one at that. But what we know is that it should not be selective. As this one is going this way, we know the case of Oju Zokalu. This one is in line as well. A lot of them have been going like that, but I don't know why the whole thing is just dragging, because we have a lot of them that are working freely. Those who are still with the government, those who are still rubbing hands with the government, we know a lot of them. We don't know why it takes so much time before they will get a justice at the end of the day, or they will be verdict concerning their case. So if they can be going one after the other like this, good and fine. But this issue of taking so long and selecting some people that you want to follow through is what we don't really understand. And that's why you see that corruption is still thriving as we speak, at higher level as we speak. And just like I said, we have a lot of them that are romancing with the government, that are romancing with the president. They love it. Once you are in their camp, it's a different ballgame entirely. But what we know right now is that whether you are with them or you are not with them, but the most important thing, if you have not soiled your hands into bad thing, if you have not dipped your hand into the cookie jar, you should prove it. Because without nothing, you can't just work on something without anything. There must be something that must be on ground that they might want to use against you. Of course, somebody has not done anything, you just wake up because you want to go against the person, or you want to intimidate the person. You're going to be framing things. It's not going to work. But they're always working on something, because if they know that you have done one or two things, then they will pursue your case to a logical conclusion that you yourself you will not be able to get out of the whole thing. So what we know is that if he has been, since the court has found him guilty, so what are we going to say? And that is just the way it is. And he couldn't prove it himself, just the way Oju Zakalo could not prove himself. But there are a lot of theories here and there. Oh, because it's from this. Oh, it goes beyond that. We don't subscribe to such thing. If you have not done anything wrong, nobody can intimidate you. Nobody can implicate you whatsoever. That is just my own submission. Yes, some people are beginning to say that. Someone say, how many abducts are jailed since inception of fighting corruption? Good for the Christians who choose to be dubious in their duty. Yes. Someone say, go and ask the judge. And I don't ask you, and I didn't ask you, you can skip my comments. Someone say the question is not issue of abducts, it is issue of corruption. If the so-called Christians are clean, would any of them be convicted? That is exactly what I just said. If you have not done anything, nobody can intimidate you. Nobody can frame you up. No matter what they do, nobody can frame you up at all. So if you have not mind your business, if you have not done the right thing, if you have done the wrong thing, just it's a free visa for you to enter where you never bargained for. That is just it is. Someone says, why is it only Justice Okunhabak that they always use to convince all these politicians? That's another question. If you ask me, who am I going to ask? Better will serve as a lesson. This is better. It will serve as a lesson to other corrupt politicians. It's a good judgment. This news is not complete. Yes, it's not complete. We are still going to hear what will happen at the end of the day. Whether it's going to pay fine, just like Igbenedion did then, or it will go the way of Oju Zokalu. We need to really know that at the end of the day. But from what is reaching us, the man has been convicted because of this 400 million naira that was given to him by Dasuki's office, from Dasuki's office then. Someone say, thank God, even if it's only Christians that are being convicted, at least they are guilty of the crimes they are charged with. Someone say, the no-nonsense Justice Okon Abang has done it again. May God Almighty bless him with good health and long life. How had the mighty fallen? Many more others would follow suit. Chief Femi Fanikayode, Chief Peter Ayodele Fayose, Chief Musli Obanikoro, etc. May the Almighty bless and keep Buhari. Metuh is a small thief. I am waiting for Rucha Okorocha J pronouncement for who do not know that Okorocha stole more than Abacha. And just like I said, if you are found guilty, definitely you will go in for it. But the issue is that as soon as if you are leaving some people taking note of some people, these are the people you want to face. It's corruption in itself. Let it go round. They should not cover anybody. It's a good development for this man, to be convicted by the court. We are not the one making this up. So he couldn't even prove himself that, he was guilty or he was not guilty. Like I said, this case has been known for a very long time, close to 2 to 3 years. So the rest ones that are romancing with the president, the rest ones that are in this present government, the ones that are even giving appointments, that once you join them, your sins are forgiven. That is what is being played as, and that alone in itself is corruption. That is corruption in itself. So it's serve as a lesson to other people. Don't go and put your hand or shook your hand. Don't use that language like that. Shook your hand into where you're not supposed to shook and put, because if you shook them, they go cut them. They go cut them for you. If you shook your hand, put for where you're not supposed to shook and put, they go cut them for you. So the best thing, respect yourself. Respect yourself. This one will serve to those one who think that they are being covered now. The immunity is covering them. One day, your sin shall locate you. No matter how you are going to hide, it will locate you. Even if this present administration is favoring you or favoring majority of you, definitely a pharaoh will come that will not know what is this man's name, that will not know Joseph. That is just the way it is. And someone is saying, Umugbo, both home and abroad. What is wrong with our dynamic system of charity, especially on our brothers, big brothers, should arise, fight for Olisa Metuh. He didn't kill and he didn't see billions like others. Even Boko terrorists has been released. What is 400 million naira that is being accused of? All Igbo brothers and well-wishers should join hands and get Olisa Metuh out of that federal inhuman treatment on him. Nnewi brothers is capable of doing that. Don't let any one of us suffer for being an Igbo person. Funny. Why are the convictions as only be one-sided all this while? God is watching. Of course, this person has a point. It has to go round. It has to go around. Because it's going on one side. Of course, just like we have blamed people who are putting their hands where they are not supposed to put hand, because if you have not done anything, nobody can frame you up, because they have put their hand inside the cookie jar. But for the fact that it's going one-sided, it's corruption in itself, just like I said. So guys, what do you think? A lot of people have made their own submission. Like I've said my own. If you are caught, if you know that you have not done, don't just even bother put your hand inside the cookie jar. And if you have done one thing or the other wrong, all this sympathy that oh, because you are from this place, it will not help. The question is that, did you do it at all? If it is no, if it is no, then you have to prove it. If you can't prove it, then what do you want people to do? Oh, because you are this, you are that. He's not going to save you just like the way it is, because nobody's going to be talking about, oh, why is it one-sided? The first thing, maybe this one-sided of a thing can just come later, but the first thing that will be asked, did you do this thing in the first place? Did the person do this thing in the first place? That is it. So it's very, very pathetic. So let's hear your opinion. Leave your comments below and let's have